Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. So this time we got to speak to the heretic on the crew, and then we've got to have a look at our personal quarters and then potentially actually move from this location and this small room. I know, it's a shocking idea. But before we do, a couple things from the comments. First of all, oh, you can't do that? Let me see. First of all, oh, don't know what button I pressed there. I want to remove all of those things, all of these things from our bar. Why? Well, because apparently that's what caused the bug that we got last time that broke our camera. Though I can't remove those, which is not a positive thing. I guess maybe it's because I can't be her currently. Yeah, maybe. We'll try and do it on the next one. Yeah, okay. Whatever. So that's basically what caused the issue with our camera last time, where we had that popping up, is apparently if you have them there, it can cause that issue. And because they pop up on your momentum bar anyway, there's not a lot of reason to have it specifically on your bar. So, that's that. The second one is, apparently we missed a few talent options when we were leveling up. We will take a look at that next time we level, but I don't think our choices were too bad, so I think that we're still okay. I don't think like we missed anything major, because all the things it was recommending to us were up at the top, so in theory, we should still be alright. Anyway, if we're not, I'm sure there will be some respec thing at some point in the game. Now, if Abelard is here, then the person we want to speak to is over this way. Okay. Hello, Idira. Let's have a little chat. The tall, middle-aged woman stares straight ahead, her eyes vacant as she rubs the implant at her temple. Her collar is undone, and one of the clasps is on the verge of falling off. Sensing your presence, Idira turns her head towards you and offers you a crooked smile, even as her eyes look right through you. Idira, about your abilities.
What are you talking about, Lord Captain?
With noticeable effort, Idira focuses her eyes on you. She lets out a nervous laugh. You're a Psyker. Psykers are only granted the right to live with the Emperor's blessing. Have you ever been to Terra? I'm concerned about your level of control. I'm worried for the crew. Let's go for the second one. I'm concerned about your level of control over your abilities.
Lord Captain, there's nothing to worry about. I've been on this ship just short of 10 years. Would Lady von Valancius have kept me on if she wasn't sure about me? I mean, yeah, sometimes stuff happens. Small stuff. Like when I hear things. Sometimes what I hear is so clear it becomes real to me. But even ordinary folks have bad days, don't they?
Okay. Where'd you come from?
Lyra. An outlying world in the Heathen Stars region. In the Koronus Expanse, the deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets, and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best.
Okay, tell me about Lyra.
It's an out-of-the-way planetoid between two faint stars. On Lyra, a dozen local tyrants fight over 5 measly continents. But they use everything they can to win, from poison to psychers. I haven't been there in many years, but there's nothing for me to miss. Trust me. But here on the ship is a different story altogether. I saw more wonders in my first year serving Lady von Valancius than I'd seen in my whole life on Lyra. Like my first journey through the warp, I was in bed for 3 days. I felt like supernovas were exploding in my head. I only found out later that I'd gotten off easy. Just through the bulkhead in the bay next to mine, a whole team turned into... Look at me rambling on, Lord Captain. Pay no attention.
You never finished your story about your first time crossing the warp.
It wasn't like it was a very fun trip, Lord Captain. But look, if you want to be entertained, I'm the woman for the job. I'll entertain you with one of the stories from my collection, no problem. But if you want to hear about the time I melted everyone in the bay next door, well, I just don't really want to go into the details on that one, alright?
Okay, what did you do before you came to be on the ship?
I embroidered wall hangings in honor of our national heroes. I did the same thing I do here, Lord Captain. Divining. Our rulers prized the ability to see into the future. Every psyker that could be found was worth a small fortune on Lyra. There's no such thing as a peaceful life on Lyra. People like me were especially sought after. They'd pick psychers up wherever they found them, buy kids off their parents, even just abduct them. Take me, for instance. I got taken from my street gang. The older kids sold me when they noticed there was something off about me. The ruling dynasties had schools where they trained us and beat us black and blue. And then they packed us off to serve. Some of us held on for a long time, but others didn't last. Not everyone's as smart and talented as me, you know. Some people crossed the line and were out of commission before their time.
Idira looks at you expectantly, then, as though clarifying, she uses her hands to indicate a head exploding, and laughs. Wonderful. How did you end up in the Rogue Trader service?
Theodora von Valancius paid a visit to the ruler I was serving at the time. I don't know what the visit was for, and it's no business of mine anyway. I can still remember the way the voices in my head changed when I looked at her. They were practically screaming. She had so much behind her, and plenty ahead of her too. As I gawped at her, all of a sudden I heard a whisper. A hint, a suggestion, nothing more. But I know the difference between idle chatter and a real threat. I seized my chance and approached Theodora. I managed to whisper a couple of words in her ear before the wardens dragged me away. They beat me and locked me up. No wonder. It wasn't my place to converse with outsiders. And then Theodora's people came for me. They broke down the wall, butchered the guards. Also, I could tell them my warning in full. So I said the rest, but I didn't want to go back to my old life. And so I entered the service of the von Valancius dynasty.
Okay, have you ever been off the ship?
A few times. Not many. And if I think about it, why would I want to? I've got everything I need here. All the whispers I hear are familiar ones. They almost feel like family. And if I want to hear about the nightmares off the ship, I can, after some Amisec. But don't go getting the wrong idea. If I have to, I'll follow you to the edge of the galaxy.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
Of course, Lord Captain.
What's it like being a psyker?
Lord Captain, forgive me. But it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors. I could spend hours explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you.
I'm guessing if we were a psyker, this would change this conversation drastically.
Every psyker feels their connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it.
How do you live with this whispering in your head?
Training, habit, and a little Amasec and a couple other things you can get on the lower decks. If you put all those together, it makes things bearable. Sometimes I even wonder if I'm imagining half the voices I hear. You know, when life on board gets a little boring. Better than listening to the living, anyhow.
What would happen if your door burst open?
Well, if the door opens, that means somebody's planning to come in, right? But screw them. They're not coming through. Trust me. I know how to keep my valuable head locked up tight.
Aren't you afraid of losing control?
Only losers who are afraid of their own gift lose control. Or idiots who never figure out what they are before it's too late. or little kids who want to play around with their shiny new toy. If you don't know the limits of your abilities, or you're always bouncing around in your own head, that's a recipe for disaster.
Can you see my future?
All right. That's what I'm here for, after all. So, I'm just going to lean on that door in my head a little more, prick up my ears, and listen to what the warp's got to say about you. If you'll allow it, I can listen right now.
You know what? I don't need to know our future. Let's let it be spontaneous.
Sure, no problem. I'll be here whenever you need me.
Let's talk about something else.
Sure thing.
Did you know Theodora von Valancius well?
None of the officers knew the Lord Captain well. Not even Abelard, and she was always closer to him than anyone else. She told me from the off that if I ever listened to anything in the warp about her without her permission, I'd be going out through the airlock. I'm not an idiot, so I never stuck my nose where it didn't belong. Only when I was asked. It's hard to wrap my head around the fact that she's gone. Lady von Valancius gave me everything I have. She opened the stars to me and the paths between them. I still think I can hear her voice.
Idira lets out a sharp breath and shakes her head. Yeah, the problem is we can literally hear her voice, and that's not good. Things are strained between you and Argenta, isn't that right?
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
Okay, got a new story for me, Idira?
You bet I do, Lord Captain.
Idira becomes much more animated and her expression turns slightly dreamy as she recalls one of her stories. Oh my.
Okay, so we went to Footfall once. Well, I mean, Lord Captain Theodora went to Footfall a lot. But on that occasion, she took me with her for some reason. My day had gotten off to a bad start. My head had been yammering since I woke up, but there was nothing else for it. I had to go. We arrived at the place, and what a place! All the gentlemen and ladies dressed to kill, showing off their encrusted implants, all clustered around little tables. Well, turned out it was a gaming den. And not just any gaming den, but one run by somebody with deep pockets for people with just as much cash to splash. You should have seen it. People gambling away planets in a game of regicide. Anyway, so the Lord Captain wanted me to help her beat some guy. So I tell her, the chips won't land in your favor. You'll get a bad hand. Don't sit down at that table, your ladyship. But did she listen? Of course she didn't. If there's one thing she never lacked, it's stubbornness. So they sat down and the cards were dealt. I'm hovering around like I'm not involved, but I'm keeping my eye on things. And everything in my head keeps getting louder and louder. Anyway, it's a good thing I realized in time that my mind wasn't going haywire over a losing hand, but something else. I made some excuse to drag the Lord Captain up from the table and took her away from that place. And a few minutes later, the room where we'd been... It turned out some wise guy had the same bright idea to bring a pet psyker along with him. One of those ones who just scuttle around in Footfall's underbelly. And the psyker just freaked out, I guess. After all the commotion, people went to see what happened in the room. And they'd all gone for each other's throats. Literally. With teeth. And I think they completely detached that asteroid from Footfall and pushed it off into open space so it would head off toward the local star.
Alright, well that was more than I thought it was going to be. I'll take my leave, but I think we have a better idea about who you are now.
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
Okay, so we have now spoken to all of our companions and everybody else. So I just want to have a quick look around here, look for any loot or anything. Not that I imagine there should be loot on our own ship, but, you know, just have a look while we're here. I mean, if there was loot and we didn't find it, that would be embarrassing, right? We have void minute arms. What's this lead to? It leads to a door I'm not allowed through. Okay. We've been here, been here, been here. Okay, perfect. So we've been everywhere. So the only place that we need to go now was either here or to our personal quarters. So let's go to our quarters. Let's see what's going on there. Also, I just want to double check something here. Yes, yes. I was a little worried because we loaded in at the same spot where we started the previous episode. So I was like, I wonder if I'm on the right save. But I was, so that's fine. Okay, I just want to see if there's anything left in here. We have this. Hefty tome contains schematics of the flagship of House von Valancius in addition to a plethora of notes, copies of reports and other documents. This is, by the way, a nice tip from the comments. If you pause, tooltips will not go away. So it means that we have a little bit longer to actually read them rather than, you know, having to rush. This majestic portrait, painted by a skilled artist, greets the guests who have been granted permission to enter the Lord Captain's quarters. We should really get one of ourselves there. I don't think we need to have one of the previous Lord Captain. So we have ancestry records here. Now, in theory, I do have some codes to enter at some point for some Founders stuff, and I think maybe this is where we get it. I'm not sure. But anyway, in theory, this is where we'd get it. But let's have a look. What is this? Oh, wait a second. This is the... Oh, this is the Founder stuff. So, okay, couldn't find my name, but I did submit it late, and I know that they said that they're going to be patching in more in the future, so in theory, in the future, it'll be in that list, but essentially this is just people who backed it on... Was it Kickstarter? I think it was Kickstarter for this one, I can't remember. Anyway, moving on. Ticking of the clock is too quiet for its bulky size. Vault. This is just somewhere we can leave stuff we want for later. Okay, that's cool. I don't have anything I want to put in there currently, but that's fine. Let's have a look here. The light glinting off the polished skull of some unknown Xenos makes it seem like the bony face is mocking you. Okay. What have we got here? Oh. Bookshelves are packed with ancient books, piles of paper, and tomes, many of which look rather worn. Okay. This parlor organ seems to have been sitting idle for many years. We've already read that one and that one when we were here previously. We might even have read the parlor organ one when we were here previously. Hey, goods! What have we got? An unfinished letter. His chagrin is irrelevant. Voigtvir's mistake cost me too much. Years of work, tremendous resources, all wasted. He has failed at what he was supposed to be irreproachable at, uncovering spies, and this one was a senior officer. I am not about to discard him. Kunrad has served me for too long for his removal to go painlessly for the Protectorate. Besides, he is no fool. He could not have seriously expected to become next in line to the von Valancius line when his skills and talents as Master of Whispers are so valuable. Let his disinheritance serve as a humiliating but instructive lesson from which he may yet learn. Ah, too useful to be next in line because... Okay, I can see. Because whoever comes next would need the Master of Whisperers in theory. Or he'd be more useful to the realm as a Master of Whisperers. Realm? I don't know. More useful to the Protectorate, I guess is what they're saying here as well. That would be a better term for it. Interesting. Okay, so he must have known about the letter and that's what triggered things. Or he knew the consequences of his mistake. Okay. Beyond the stained glass, the distant stars glimmer in the darkness of endless space, filling you with an odd sense of dread. Okay. Ooh, some goods in here as well. Cracked data slate. Let's just check that we got the whole lot in here. The final transactions with the Chartist are complete. The Fiery Reckoning will now fully equip. The object has been loaded aboard with its containment intact and placed in the forebay to ensure maximum contact with the target. Coordinates sent and received by the bridge. Target's estimated time of arrival in the system. The fiery reckoning is crewed by a servitor hive something. Chances of the ship returning are minimal. Estimated time. Interesting. So was this another ship that docked with us, maybe? I don't know. Not entirely sure what that is currently, but that's okay. What's this? Fierce monster. Okay. And then there should be nothing else here, I think. Oh, what's that? Water's calming murmurs and warm steam feel inexplicably deceptive. A moment of weakness and rest promises nothing but danger. Okay. Cool. So we may... Oh, what's this over here? There's more stuff. I was going to say we may be back later to have a look at the vault, but not a lot else in here for us. Fine sculpture made from a strange metal seems to absorb any ray of light that falls upon it. Glinting of the displayed weapons is mesmerizing. You've never seen many of these articles before. Position of the pieces on the board suggests this game of regicide was interrupted. The winner was never determined. Now that's interesting that the game, the game was called Regicide. It was interrupted, as in they did not completely finish the job. Winner was never determined. Was it us or Voigtvir? Okay. I like it. I like it. Oh, what's... Oh. Yeah, what is that? Our banner, I'm guessing? Coat of arms of House von Valancius is crowned with the text of the Oath of Rogue Traders, the Emperor's faithful servants. Awesome. Right. Well, we've explored that. I guess it's time for us to go somewhere. So I think we wanted to go to Rad Minoris for new blood. Also, that was the last place that the Inquisitor was seen. Yeah, or the Interrogator was seen. Okay. So let's see whether we can find him there. Right. Koronus Expanse map. I have no idea what this is going to be like. I know that there are a ton of mechanics for running your ship. We even managed to go into a menu earlier about it, and that was I have no idea. So, let's do this and see what happens. I'm thinking a tutorial is going to pop up. Maybe? Maybe? Aha! The events of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader take place in a vast region of space known as the Koronus Expanse. This sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you will get a chance to visit. You will find yourself scouring the void in search of routes leading to new uncharted systems, discovering more routes as you explore the expanse. What you see before you is a map of one such system. Each star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest and click the left mouse button on it to initiate the event or open the planet view. You know what this reminds me of? Well, one, the Mass Effect, and it's, whichever one had you moving around like this. But it reminds me a lot of Pillars of Eternity 2. Now, it's a very different type of game. It's more medieval. But it was set kind of piratey, and then you had to run your ship as you went through it. And I just saw all this stuff at the top, and I'm just moving around, having to find uncharted things, and I was immediately thinking, yeah, this is very similar. So what are these? People. So people, provisions, chemicals, plasteel, mechanisms, protheum, weapons, xenotech, adamantine, and phlogiston. We'll have a look at what those... Oh, and profit factor. We'll have a look at what those are when we actually, get any. Let's go to Rad Minoris. That's the one that we want to go for. There are some unidentified things around, but I think that this makes the most sense. Okay. Don't see anything bad happening here. We got anything we need to do? Oh, are we just here now? I thought it said scan required. Maybe not. Maybe we move in closer and then we enter in another phase? I have no idea. Maybe we've just landed. Do not know the consequences of my actions yet. Ah, cutscene. As it turns out, what we actually got was a story cutscene. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the quill you've been using to drop yet another order falls from your hand. Oh. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloody faces of those who died on the ship's bridge and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not. You are alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As if of its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Kunrad Voitver's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Step back or else. The dead only draw closer and closer, and your fingers involuntarily tighten around the shard, its sharp edge cutting into your palm. An unbearably bright light floods everything around you, and you find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer hold a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon, a skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportions, a curved design, and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You have felt this gaze before, there on the bridge, and the voice that appeared in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven. The path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. I don't think we're going to do that. I'm definitely not saying one. And the sword's master not his servant, or I throw it away and say never. I don't think we want this power. I'm going to throw the demon blade away and say never. Your body refuses to obey your mind. The handle feels as if it has become one with your hands, and the gaze of the demonic eye sets your very soul ablaze. Resisting your fate is futile. You scream as you feel your soul burn away to ash. You awaken from the vision kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cut in your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. You would rather die than touch that thing again, so you reach a shaking hand for your Vox and call for a servitor. Now you just have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive. Pick up the cursed artifact and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. Okay. So we just got rid of that. We've chucked that blade shard out of an airlock. That's a healthy way to deal with your problems. Investigate? No. Airlock it. I'm guessing maybe that's because of our choice to get rid of it. If I'd said it's its master, then maybe it would have changed. Interesting. And maybe it'll come back as well, like I would guess. Hello everybody. Yeah, yep. Well, I would like to have a look at this now. So back to the map. So it said a scan is required. How do I scan? Whoa, no, don't do that. Alright, click on it. Ah, begin scan. It's tithe grade, apparently. Whatever that means. Does that mean it provides a tithe? There's a starport. What is Extractium? Oh, Worlds of the Expanse? I don't know what that did. Anyway, a mobile mining outpost assembled in accordance with the blessed standard template construct. This small industrial complex can be deployed on practically any world, however inhospitable. The Surf Clan assigned to it will devote itself to the maintenance of its sacred mechanisms and extraction of resources needed by the rogue trader. So go somewhere, extract, and then you get stuff. You know what? That is actually very Mass Effect. I think it was Mass Effect 2 where you would go to a planet, you would scan it, you drop a probe, and it would give you some resources. This is very, very similar. Anyway, to the starport. Hey, we got a level up. Wait, no, that's not a level up. Oh, that's just telling us we're the main character. Oh. Anyway, yeah, we'll go for our full party. That seems like a good idea. Okay. And now we're at Rad Minoris. Which I think might have been the alpha, as in where you started on the alpha. I'm not 100% sure. Although what I will say is anything in the alpha is basically lost knowledge to me because it just dropped you in without any knowledge of anything that was happening. And I was like, okay, I don't really get it. This is definitely very different if it was the alpha. That might be in football. It might have been in footfall. The starport greets you with the din of ordnance, and the smell of explosives tickles your nostrils. It's difficult to tell through the smoke who is firing at whom. Among the cracked rockcrete and the bent plasteel, you notice a man in the warden's uniform. He stares at the gleaming gold of your shuttle in surprise. Did the governor send his personal guards? No matter. What you standing there for, meat? Are you waiting for the rebels to blast your bucket again for good measure? The skies over the capital are blocked by enemy fire. All aerial traffic has been halted. What pest gave you clearance to deploy? Ah, by all the saints. I'm Sergeant Malgar, and you lot report to me now. Straighten yourselves out and drag your arses after me. I'll map out a defense sector for you. By the end of his tirade, the sergeant's voice grows quieter as his eyes focus on your expensive gear. Abelard turns purple. By the Holy Throne, what a mess. What is this mess? Idira glances around. They're in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. Okay. Let's see how we're gonna go with this. I'm tempted for 4, however, I don't like the word commoner in there. I think we're gonna go with 3. I'm the rogue trader von Valancius. Give me a status report this instant. We're setting ourselves to be like, you know, in charge of him. We're letting him know who we are. And we're firmly setting the ground rules that we're in charge. With a mixture of awe and terror, he snaps to attention, raises his freshly cut chin like an exemplary soldier, and barks, My mistake, sir, at once. The starport is under the control of the governor's wardens. Perimeter commander is Sergeant... A frag grenade cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere for piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Blood is pouring out of this stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. With a rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you. Pardon me, sir. Sergeant Lasse Malgar reporting. My unit is holding the starport in the governor's orders. How may I serve? What's going on here? Unrest, sir. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First the lower level spark, then went up the spires, then they hit the Vox hubs, the arsenals, and the mag train stations. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. The tech priests linked to the 2 satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Rad Minoris. The governor took precautionary measures and ordered to increase security at key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you better double the warden details. The alarm was raised, and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we were able to hold it. There's fighting in the capital, but we're holding strong, giving no quarter to the rebels. The Emperor protects. The sergeant's voice is brimming with daring confidence. Who are you, anyway? Sergeant Lasse Malgar, sir, 11th generation loyal soldier of House Winterscale, awarded with 3 commendations for faultless service. Ever since the olden days, his lordship the rogue trader has recruited soldiers and shipwrights on Rad Minoris, so there's no greater honour for a Rykadian than serving his lordship with diligence. What caused this rebellion? Ill thoughts, sir. We've fallen on hard times, and the ground keeps shaking, things keep exploding, people are scared, they've forgotten all about their duty. And that's when those, Emperor forgive me, preachers came. They started riling everyone up. Sure enough, we shot a few, but they just kept coming. More and more of them. Okay. Let's see what we're going to say. How can a pathetic rebellion be cause for such a lackluster welcoming ceremony? I don't think we're going to say that. You're doing fine work, or I cannot leave you and your people without aid. I mean, out of these 3, I cannot leave you and your people without aid. Reinforcements will be sent from my ship. I live to serve. The sergeant is so astonished that he barks out the mandated words of gratitude after a non-mandated lengthy pause. We won't fail, we won't forget, we'll be praying to the Emperor for you. Your lordship, sir. Do you happen to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? At the word Inquisition, the soldier's face fills with awe. I don't know, sir. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at the headquarters, your lordship, sir. Alright, I'm not going to complain about someone trying to shoot down our shuttle. I'm going to see the governor. If I may report, sir, as long as the rebels keep shooting their damned anti-aircraft battery, there is absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. We'd have to be on foot and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assigned all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will voxcast orders to them to wait for you, and I'll inform headquarters. They better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. Idira frowns as her gaze grows distant, as if she is looking through the sergeant. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know, the same hand that salutes now might falter in darkness. Rank and epaulettes won't save you from the bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head around these fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight till my last drop. Okay. Let's see what we're gonna say here. What tech priest? A very important person from the Adeptus Mechanicus arrived on the last shuttle before they locked down the sky. You kept asking whether anyone by the name of Amarant or Amarnat or something like that had recently arrived. Barely answered any of our questions though. Said he was under no obligation to tell us anything. He demanded to talk to the governor personally, so I had to send a quarter of my troops with him to keep trouble at bay. Is the path ahead dangerous? What exactly awaits me there? Oh, nothing good. The sergeant sighs heavily. Those bastards will shoot anyone walking the streets. Own troops were ordered to fire without warning. You better move with caution, sir. On top of everything else, we mined the streets when we were pulling out. His remark about mines lodges itself in your memory. More than anything, you will need to watch the ground and not your surroundings. You'd rather risk a shot from a rebel or a jittery soldier than experience a few handfuls of lethal frag shrapnel resting on top of some 300 grams of explosive Phyceline. Okay. Well, let's stay friends with this guy. You're a good soldier, Malgar. I'll say your heroism is noted. The sergeant blushes slightly. I live to serve. Another explosion interrupts the sergeant's words. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldiers and spits out a booming series of commands. Ooh, so we got some rumors. Okay. Sometimes rumors are just that. Other times there are truth to them. In some cases there may be even more. To verify a rumor, travel to the place indicated in the rumor's description. While traversing the Koronus Expanse as the rogue trader, you are bound to hear rumors regarding your own deeds and exploits, some of which reflect the reaction of the Expanse's denizens to the choices you have made. So rumors are not just like things that might be around, but they're also like how other people see us. Okay. According to the satellites, one of the unidentified void ships circling the nearby stars landed on a largely uninhabited world in the system. Yeah, so we saw that void ship when we were on the map above. Interesting. What are you doing? It's like swinging whatever that is around. Okay, let's have a look at our map here. My god, there's so much on it already. So... I just want to see. It says that is there a loot here? There is. Aha! There we go. Once I learn to read these maps, I'll be unstoppable. So that's mine. What's this? The grand viaduct for receiving esteemed guests is buried under the rubble. Okay, so at the corners here, there should be loot. There's Sergeant Malgar. There's a guard. Ooh, flak chestplate and a shotgun. We'll have that. Some bumbling idiot's going to regret that when he's dragged before the Lord Captain for questioning and trial. For trying to shoot us out the air. Okay, so this would lower dodge penalty, but give you better armor. Okay, so this is the same as what you've got, this slightly worse. Okay. Same here. So the only question is, do we... I mean, she probably doesn't want it. What's the dodge? Can we see what our dodge chance is? No, but we could work it out in here. Okay, so it's 30 plus the target's agility minus the attacker's perception. Minus the attacker's agility divided by 2%. Okay, so our agility is trash, I think is what we're getting at here. Yeah, our agility is absolutely garbage, so I actually think that what we should do is we should do this, right? So we lose 17% on, like, effective dodge, according to this, but we reduce damage by 5%. I think that makes sense, yeah. We're not really going to be the type to dodge long term. That's not our plan. Now, a shotgun, I don't really have anyone who that would be good on. I guess we could give it to Abelard. Not that we really want him to use a shotgun, but more that he can have a shotgun, basically. Right. Cool. And the other piece of loot is over here.
Keep your wits about you.
Okay. I would also hope that for like loot on the ground, it's the same thing in Pathfinder, where basically it will go and pick up any loot when you try and leave the area.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Yeah, so nothing to do over there. I do not think the rogue trader should take personal interest in a common crackpot. Summary execution will be sufficient. Okay, I'm not going to find the person who tried to shoot at us and execute him. I mean, maybe that's what we're meant to do, but I don't think that that's what we're going to do.
Left in the dust. Your
Let's fight.
Will be your downfall.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
So immediately, I'm thinking I want to be here. I want Idira here. I want Argenta here. And I want Abelard like here right now. Yeah, and I want him in cover because all of these people go first, basically. So let's start the battle. The unrighteous have come to take all that we have from us. Let us stand united, my brethren. He just blasted 2 members of his own side. He literally just melted his own team. He said, what? He said, let us stand united, my brethren, to battle. Used voice of command, which gives everybody increasing their characteristics by 13, so increases all characteristics around him, and all of the officer's abilities can be applied to the target of voice of command from any distance. Okay, cool. He then used his las gun, fired 4 shots. He then hit the rebel gunner. He then hit Idira through him. Then he hit the rebel gunner again, killed them. Then he hit another rebel gunner. Raging Woe group effect done. What is that? Increases enemies' weapon skill and ballistic skill by +1, as well as damage for every level of Raging Woe on their allies. Okay, so that's probably for like their friend dying. Then he hit another one, then he killed them, then he did 1 damage to Abelard. That's incredible. Okay. You're going to move here, Argenta, I think. And then maybe shoot the person who's obviously a commander. Maybe I want to shoot like this and try and hit like as many as possible. Yeah, I guess maybe that's a better plan. Do that.
Bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
They're all a bit far away. I don't think I'm going to run and gun. I could use Furious Recital. 5-cell radius. 1. Okay. Let's try to see how big a 5-cell radius is. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's not going to hit anyone. So, yeah, I think we're fine with that. Idira. There's no real cover for you to go under. I mean, you could go here. What's the range of this? That's just far enough. Yeah, we can hit this one. Do it. Nice. It's not going to get a kill, but it's as high range as we're going to get. And then increases target's dodge and parry until the plus 10% till the end of combat. I just didn't even realize that was the end of combat. That's incredible. Could give that to Abelard. Let's do a little buff on Abelard. Cool. That seems fine. Little veil degradation. Then you've actually got a little bit more, so let's do one of those onto that rebel. Not that I necessarily think we're going to be able to do anything with it, but we can do that. Also, I just remembered, that's the wrong button. It'd be there. There we go. Perfect. Right. Get rid of those. Wonderful. So you're going to run in. Ow. Cocky Clamor. I wonder what that did. What did Cocky Clamor do? Chances to be hit by any other target than by this creature are reduced by 20%. Okay. So we have to go for that one if we're going for him. Okay. There's no cover over here for us. Can I shoot you? Not from here. I would need to move somewhere else. Yeah, the problem is these guys are going to shoot over. I think we're just going to have to hope that Abelard takes out that one, really. Right. Could take out the Rebel Gunner. Let's see what we got. So you're too far away, obviously. Yeah, could take out this one who's nice and close as well. But we've got 0% chance of hitting. We've got 90 there, 81 there. Let's go for the 90 chance of a kill. Nice. Might as well just take a kill while we're here. And then we can apply some exposed weaknesses to that one.
I'll make it happen.
Okay. Cool. And then we could even eat those as well if we wanted to do that. But I don't know if we need to. I think we're happy where we are. Abelard. Don't suppose you can charge. No. Okay, hit him. Okay. Cool. Followed by using Endure. That's fine. Wonderful. Can you shift? Can you run out of here? No. Yeah, you don't really have it. Oh, you have no movement. Oh, well, that'll do it, yeah. Thank you. That's good. You killed him. Great job. Okay, give that person a raise. Oh, he then killed his own side. Oh, no. These guys will kill more of their team than they have of my team. Oh, no, don't group up. That's just going to be really bad for you. I can't see a world where this ends well. You just killed another member of your team. And another one. Oh no. It's a slaughter, but mostly of their own side. Servitor just kind of levitating at them. Okay.
I need to eat it.
Oh no, you hit me. That is actually a little bit worrying. Argenta? I am thinking something like this seems good.
I'll do it. Each strike is a
Nice. Okay. Running gun. I kind of want to get behind better cover with her.
guided by faith.
So let's do that. I know this is not necessarily the best spot for us, but you know, I'll take what I can get. Okay, solid. And then we might as well increase our momentum a little bit here. Potentially could have. Can I still use this?
Unacceptable.
No, because I don't. I shouldn't have increased our momentum. No, it's 0 AP. It's fine. Right. Okay. Lightning seems good. Oh, did not mean to tag Abelard in that. Oh no, I'm as bad as they are. Okay, you've got a ton of these stacks on you. I don't need any more. Wait, actually, what is that you have on you? That's not what I thought it was. Raging Woe. Oh, the increased damage for each one who dies. Okay, yeah. Let's try and increase Argenta's.
I'm not so sure.
She's too far. Okay, hit him with some of that.
Else?
That's fine. Our turn. Snipe him.
Who if not me? You never stood a chance.
Nice. Okay, I'll take it. Abelard. Oh, he didn't get a turn because he's currently knocked out for a turn. Good job, guard. That's what I like to see.
Time to prove my
Abelard's a little low in health. Oh,
mettle. I'll be back.
yeah, I hope so. Well, he's now got severe head trauma. You just killed another member of your side. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Resting a barrage of artillery. No, I don't think we need a barrage of artillery. That's fine. Alright, you need a heal.
Blessed be the hand of the healer.
Yeah, that seems good. And then, move forward. Shoot.
I'll do it.
Hey, we hit. Wonderful.
What is this foreboding?
Just move slightly further forward. Can I hit? I can.
I'll see to it personally.
That was 90%. Within a 30 cell radius? If I could move, I could have hit him with that. Oh well. Shotgun guard's going.
I will endure.
She's alive. That's all that matters. Don't you dare kill us. Please do not artillery barrage launchpad 3. Don't be stupid. Shoot.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay. Reload. Yeah, I'll do for a turn. Move forward a little bit.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
You're out of range for that. That's a 90%. Nice.
Inevitable.
We're good. Apart from Abelard, who has like a little bit of, head trauma. And who
Sins
doesn't
hidden in
have
the
head
heart
trauma
turn
nowadays?
all
You know?
to decay.
It's the thing all the cool kids are doing. Unfortunately, I think you just have to stay with your head trauma, mate. I don't think we have anything that could help you. What have we got here? So we'll take some of this. We'll take a couple of las guns just to have a look. Take a couple of shock batons just to have a look. And I don't think we need a shotgun. There we go. That seems good. Right, las gun. Is it better than our well-maintained sniper rifle? Well, it does shoot more, so it has burst fire. So it could, in theory, hit 4 times a turn, right? In theory. In theory, it could do 20 to 28 damage. In practice, will it? I don't know. Probably not. I just want to have a look at... Actually, it was already comparing, wasn't it? So this does more damage and has better armor penetration. You lose a little bit of parry. You don't also lower the enemy's weapon skill when hit, but you gain access to power swing. What's power swing? It's just got like an air. It's just an area of effect. It doesn't seem to have anything else. Okay. And then we also gain access to shove. What's shove do? I don't know. Okay. Well, you know what we could do? Equip it. Make sure we have the game paused.
Fate and fortune favor
Switch
the
over
bold.
to that, and then let's just have a look and see what it does. Wide melee attack that hits additional sides. Hits additional targets on both sides of the attacker. Pushes the enemy away for a strength bonus. Cells. Okay. Now our strength is not our strong suit. It's not our weak suit, but it's not our strong suit. But the sword gives you cleave. And the parry. Parry is based off of what? Parry is based off of weapon skill. Okay, so that is our main way of avoiding damage. So actually we do kind of want the sword for us. What about you? Your chain sword's probably better, right? Not necessarily, actually. The question would be, do you need the parry? Now, your strength is the same as ours. I don't know if you need the parry. I think you could probably do with a shock baton. Yeah, let's maybe equip one. Does that mean that we want the chainsword? Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. Let's chuck this one over to cargo. Chuck this one to cargo. Let's have a quick look at her. Her weapon is 4 rate of fire. Has higher range than the last gun, but lower max ammo than the last gun. Okay. I'm trying to figure out why the last gun is worse. It has better armor pen. That's why the last gun is worse. Okay. And then you currently have a shotgun as secondary. That's fine. So let's add to cargo. Add to cargo. There we go. We'll add that to cargo right now. This is the same amount for dodge, but reduces damage incoming by a higher amount. In which case, that is obviously the right thing to do. We could have that equipped as well if we wanted to, but I don't think we need to. Awesome. Do a quick save. Make sure that we got all the loot. We do not.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, unpause. There we go. That would help us move. Check for loot. Yep. Perfect. I like that it's like, if you've already picked it up once, it then goes, yeah, okay. Well, you probably don't want to, pick that up if you've already rejected it once. Let's just add it to cargo, or to the cargo side automatically, which I think is cool. Okay. Well, I think what we're going to do then is we're going to end the episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and next time, we're going to put down this rebellion. We're going to speak to the governor about just the kind of welcome we were given. So, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.